Let's do me, Broder, and Kool-Aid. Let's do our season predictions. Let's hear the number.
Let's do it.
Broder, I'll start with you.
My number.
What's the magic number for you?
It's, I believe Sandy Koufax wore it. I know, a different sport. 32-50. I think that's a big improvement. They had 17 wins last year, right? So now they gained 15 wins. I think they might sniff the play-ins. Depends what the other teams do. Actually, you know what? That might not be enough. I'm going to go with 32-50, though. I think they make some improvements. Next year is their year. 32-50.
I like it.
32-50. Everyone's in the 30s. I don't know. I don't know if I want to be
in the 40s.
No,
20s.
Here,
I don't know if I want to be the one in the 20s over here.
Booner has me a little bit worried, man.
So
what's your prediction?
This is where I'm at. I don't want
peer pressure getting to you.
We've had these years, and I do think Cade's going to be like we already know. We've talked about it this whole show already. So I don't want to sit here and be like, "Oh, Booner, they're going to have a bad year." But I'm going to say, can I just give a little like a range instead of an exact?
Oh no, come on!
I'm going
to give your prediction, bro.
We got Jalen at 35.
You may lose this time, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lose because they're going. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go in the middle of I was going to say 28-32. I'm going to say 30.
Soft.
I'll go 30. I don't want to go in the 20s. I don't want people to hit me, go at me. But I think it's realistic. I mean, if you're saying 40s, I think that's like a crazy jump. I still think there's pieces around these young guys that aren't there.
That's also how you really feel,
I say it
Booner.
with the Lions all the time, and I've said it with this Red Wings team. It's like it took Larkin and these guys a little bit, a couple years to kind of get things going, and then they brought the vets in. They brought some vets in, like Bojan obviously is hurt for the first month. Alec Burks, he's a good vet, but he's not like a vet that you see on, like, in my opinion, like that big vet that you see on like a championship team or a playoff team. So I think there's still that, like you said, Kool-Aid, that year away. And we say that every year, but you bring Monty in, he's got to build it. That's where it really starts, is with Monty. So I was going to go 28. I'm gonna give the people 2 more wins. I'm going to say 30. Just know that 28 was my real number, but I'm gonna go 30.
That was the worst prediction the worst presentation of a prediction I've ever experienced.
I thought that was pretty good, Kool-Aid. That was decent. Come on.
What?
Pick a number.
I said 30. Did you hear it?
But let's remember I picked 28, but maybe 32.
I said 28 to 32 is my range for this Pistons team. If we're talking range, we talked about this on the show before, and we did ranges. And Nick originally, if you guys want to talk about it, he's like said like 44.
Don't deflect.
I'm not deflecting. I'm just saying we did ranges before. It's 28 to 32.
It's okay. Peer pressure
I'll stick with 30. Kool-Aid, where you at?
Yeah, let's get
let's see how this is getting teamed up on here. This is
listen.
Whatever. We got tapes. We'll roll it back and
we'll 30.
Listen, I've covered this on the pod as well. I've told people I think that this is a squad that when you factor everything in, I told people in the pod 28 to 30. I was actually more in line with what Booner was saying. I really was.
Thank you, Kool-Aid.
But if this squad, if they
had
had their full complement of players, and I said barring catastrophic injury, I believe the gauntlet, though, should be thrown down, push for 35 wins. That's what I believe that this recipe the team is made for, and that if they actually get out there and those young players don't look like they have to learn the nuances of the game, then I do believe that they have the ability to get up there and get to that 35-win mark. But right now, I have them at 30. I like your 32. I do. I don't think people understand. Last year was not their team.
Mm-hmm.
The year before that, they had 23 wins, I believe, and that's the year that people thought they're going to add at least 7 to 10 wins on top of that. So I took the lower of that and I said, you know what? I think that they're going to get to about 30 wins this season if Cade is right. If there's catastrophic injury, then yeah, I could see another season where they're in the 20s. But I don't think that this is this year. I know the over-under is 27.5.